Hello, hello. If you were in class today, you know we did this as a pair deck. If you were not, I would say again, stop, pause at certain points. I'm just going to go on through it. You can pause it and check so you don't see the answers before you're able to answer them yourself. We're going to write two-step equations. It is from the book, chapter 2, lesson 3. That's connected. If you wanted to go to it, translate sentences into equations, there are 3 steps to writing a two-step equation. Words. They'll give you the words. You don't have to do that step. The variable. You need to define a variable to represent the unknown quantity. Many times, this book, almost all the time, uses n for the number. That's why it uses n. You'll see I use n, but then we also want to start using other variables that you recognize. So one of the problems I'm going to use y, and one of the problems at work I'm going to use h. And there's a reason for that. You try to let it represent what you're actually looking for. And then the equation, you're going to use that variable, translate your English words into math language. That's what that says. I know it's not the words, but. So, here's a couple of examples. 8 less than 3 times the number is. When you see is, that's equal. Just look. Okay. Most of the time, that's going to be equal. So read the sentence that says 8 less than 3 times the number. And be careful on this one. First off, variable, let n represent the number. It's not 8 minus 3n because it's 8 less than 3 times the number. So it's 3n minus 8. And remember, subtraction, every time you read subtraction problem, you got to read it carefully and make sure you get the right order on that. Addition doesn't matter. The commutative property of addition, we can move those numbers around. There is no commutative property of subtraction. We have to get in the right order. Second one, 13 is, there's the equal sign again. 13 is 7 more than 1/5 of a number. Let n represent the number. 13 is equals 1/5 n plus 7, or you could have 7 plus 1/5 n. And that one there, it doesn't matter which order you put it. Then we have some problems come up. 15 equals 3 more than 6 times the number. This one doesn't even use this, it uses equals. So first thing what you do is identify the variable. Again, I don't want to keep saying pause, so I will tell you pause, and we'll go to the next screen, so forth. Basically, if you see the pair deck thing on the bottom, we're writing something down. So 15 equals 3 more than the number. I let n represent the number. The equation would be 15 equals 3 plus 6n. 10 increased by the quotient of a number and 6 is 5. Well, here, you need to recognize the is equal, and quotient you need to know is division. But the first thing we do is identify the variable, and that is let n represent the number. And the equation would be 10 plus n divided by 6, n6 equals 6. Then this one here, I had them work through step 1, step 2, step 3. And they wrote it out on Pear Deck for me. I can see where they were. Step 1, step 2, solution, and the solution. And in order, they go this way. Step 1, subtract 10 from both sides. Once you have that, you multiply both sides by 6 to get rid of the, subtract 10 from both sides to get rid of the 10 off the side the end's on. Multiply both sides by 6 because at that point you have n divided by 6 equals negative 4. And you know what? I might go back and actually type this in. You won't see it, but I might do that. Now I see this. Okay, anyway, sorry. So you multiply both sides by 6, and the solution is 24, negative 24. Negative 24, because you need 10 plus negative 4 to get to 6. And the way to do that is negative 24 divided by 6. Okay, this time I said y, just because I wanted to be different. Let y equal the number, represent the number. The equation, the difference between 12 and 2/3 of a number is 18. The difference between, when they write them that way, you do 12 minus 2/3 y equals 18. And again, this time it was, again, step 1, step 2. Step 1 would be subtract 12 from both sides. Step 2, multiply both sides by negative 3 halves. You have to multiply by the reciprocal of 2/3, negative 2/3. So you multiply by negative 3 halves. And you find that y equals 9. Again, that was last week. And we're going to practice some more this week as we go through. The current temperature, this is an example of a problem. We're going to do one of them for homework, but we're going to work more on this on Wednesday. Wanted to give you one today just to throw it at you. The current temperature is 54 degrees. It's expected to rise 2.5 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what they have each hour. In how many hours will the temperature be 84 degrees? First off, you have to look at the question part. That's where you're going to find what you have to find. And how many hours? We got to find hours. So we're going to let H represent the number of hours. The equation we write. Well, it's 54. The current temperature is up. There's is, so E equals 54. But then you got to read on. It is expected. There's another is to rise 2.5 degrees each hour. How many hours? This is one that's not. You can't just look and know. So you got to think through this. The final temperature is going to be 84. The current temperature is 54, and it's expected to rise 2.5 degrees. Now this was so it's going to be. Yeah, I did have the students choose an option. 54, I gave multiple choice. 54 plus 2.5 H equals 84. And the solution for it is 12. H equals 12. Again, subtract 54 from both sides, divide through by 2.5, and you get H equals 30 divided by 2.5 is 12. So that is the lesson in a nutshell. There's attached to this same classwork is a slide. Here, actually, I'll take you back to it. Is a practice equations on the slides. And you can get that done by Wednesday at 12:15. If it's after that, it'll be late, and I won't take it after next Sunday. So please get that done. Thank you, and I will be back with you on Wednesday. Hopefully you're there.